Hi, happy Tuesday night. Well, this is the second edition of our Pine Belt Women's Expo in the Meantime event. And I wanted to come on again. If you missed Saturday's episodes, you can watch them. We have a brand new YouTube channel, so you could go there and watch it there. And you can also check it out on Facebook. We'll keep them there, and Instagram and Twitter. So we've got all the places. So every video that we do for this event will be hosted there. So you won't have to miss any of these videos if you want to catch them anytime. And I'm not going to review everything I talked about on Saturday, but I will just go ahead and tell you that this event is Pine Belt Women's Expo in the meantime, because we cannot have the big expo right now, but we will have it eventually. Lots of hope that it's going to happen. So while we wait, I wanted to go ahead and introduce you to all of our fantastic exhibitors, our sponsors. There are so many people that are involved in this event and have been involved for the last 9 years. So year 10, it will be bigger and better once we get through all of this. So I wanted to just tell you a little bit about a few things. Over the next couple of months, we'll be hosting these events. We're trying to keep them on Tuesday nights at 6, Thursdays at noon, and Saturdays. So not all Saturdays, but most Saturdays we'll do something on Saturday as well. So join us anytime. I'm so excited to be doing this. This is really going to be a lot of fun. And then we'll also have some just random nights, random days of just other things that if someone can, do some really fun stuff on another time. So it may not stick to that schedule. That will be the schedule where there will be things happening. And then there may be some other additional times also. So for tonight, I just wanted to do a quick overview of where we started, what my business is, because as a host, I am also, I consider myself an exhibitor, even though I technically never have time to actually set up my own exhibit booth at the expo, which I always intend to, and I just never do it. So I never really promote myself. That's my mistake. It took me years to put up my own banners at the expo. So let me tell you who I am, and then we'll get that over with. And then starting next week, it will not be just me. It will be lots of other people. So I am Jennifer Clark. I own Emerge Events. Emerge Events will turn 10 in February. We started with this event as our first event. So we started planning it in February of 2011. And then that year was our first Women's Expo. So this would be the 10th Women's Expo. And in February, we celebrate our 10-year anniversary. I work basically by myself for the most part. However, my husband does a lot with me. And I also have, family that help a lot, and friends and contractors, and a lot of amazing interns I've had over the years. So we do have some fantastic help. We do events like the Pine Belt Women's Expo. We do the Pine Belt Holiday Expo. That's scheduled for November. More about that later. Who knows? We had scheduled a hot air balloon festival this year with a wonderful organization in Hattiesburg called Rise. That was scheduled for September. I'm not going to say canceled. It's going to be postponed, and even if it's next year sometime. So that event will happen as well. And that was going to be really, really fun. A first for me for sure, but really neat event. I also do an event called Connect and Emerge, which is an event planning conference. This was the last event I had before we couldn't have events anymore. On March 4th, we gathered at USM, event planners and people that service event planners and lots of different folks. And I remember coronavirus was mentioned once or twice. It wasn't really a big, there was no topic about it or anything like that. And then like 2 weeks later, no events were allowed. I mean, we had some fantastic speakers, and I remember we had several that came from New Orleans, and I was thinking about what they do, the French market, all those things, all those restaurants, and then of course Hattiesburg too. But just, events were not allowed 2 weeks later. It's amazing how life quickly changes. So that was that event. And then I've worked with Festival South for many, many years. I did their youth programming and children's events. And I do an event that is not canceled. One of the few that's not, it is affected, it is not canceled. The ADHD conference that I produce and for Hattiesburg Clinic, Connections in Psychology and Counseling, that event is going to happen virtually in October. So I'm very excited to do my very first virtual conference. So I'm learning a lot of new skills. But that conference is October 22nd and 23rd. If you are interested in that, we have a brand new Facebook page, ADHD and Related Concerns Conference, and an Instagram account. And you can also subscribe to our new email list as well. And that is at www.hattiesburgclinic/ADHD. So there's a little box down at the bottom. You can subscribe to the newsletter. So that's what I'm working on now. That conference, we see. I've done it for 2 years, and we see a lot of educators, your professionals that work with young people, lots of different kinds of professionals, speech language pathologists, dyslexia therapists, a lot of different specialties and different folks, and parents and caregivers are also welcome to attend. That information, we're starting to get that out. We completely shifted to digital, and it is changing the event. It's always been hosted for the last several years at Temple Baptist Church, and it's been a perfect venue for this event. And we're really sad that it can't happen, but we're not going to have events like that right now. We will wait. We will do it digitally, and it'll be neat because we understand that educators and even professionals right now, you're in a different kind of, sometimes some of you may still be doing telehealth and all that kind of thing, and our educators are kind of overwhelmed right now. This conference, our plan is to make it live event where you can join us while we're having the event, but you can also watch the sessions after and still get your credits. That's what we're aiming for. So stay in tune for more information about that. And another thing I started with my business, this is not my business, but I started it alongside my business, was a group called Women Business Owners of the Pine Belt. And this group I started with 2 other women many, many years ago, probably back when I started my business. And I had no idea what this group was really about. I was just starting my business, but the other ladies had such amazing foresight to set this group up, and I was just following along. So if you are a women business owner, if you are thinking about owning a business, if you're having to pivot because of COVID, if there's some things you can't do anymore, maybe you're working at home with kids, and I completely understand that. Maybe you have an idea and you haven't even thought about it, but feel free to join us. We are a group of any kind of business you can think of. Some of us work from home. Some of us have our own bricks and mortar. Some people have restaurants, everything you can think of, attorneys, direct sales. So this group is everybody. And it's really, really good group. In normal times, we meet in person at least twice a month, once for a lunch and once for an after hours. But right now we're only meeting virtually. We are meeting tonight at 7:00. And that information is on the Women Business Owners of the Pine Belt Facebook page. And the membership information is there as well. So I just love that group. It's a very hard time to be in business right now. And so to have support of other, especially women, who can we can vent, we can share resources. There's a lot of information and things out there for business owners. And so it's hard to find it. So it's really, really great group. So I recommend that group to anybody thinking about a business or you already have a business. And the last thing I'll talk about, and then I'm going to be done. This is going to be a super quick one. The last thing is another program I'm starting. As an event planner, I'm having to pivot to new things, and I have had this in my mind for many years, and I dabble and I back up, and I dabble and I back up, like many people do when they're trying to start something and they just don't do it. I have a program called Emerge Moms, and it is a program that its focus is taking care of moms. And I have 2 children, and I know I don't take care of myself very well. Luckily, I have people around me who help me. I am very glad I have people that will, tell me to take care of myself, and that's great. But not everybody has that. And even, I need, just sometimes it helps, to just have a support group of other moms. So that program is going to be online for now. I have visions of conferences and things like, and just fun events for moms, but we're not going to do live event or in-person events for a little while. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to do a lot of things online and promote some things and resources and some helpful seminars and all kinds of things. I've done a few things already on the Emerge Moms Facebook page, but I'm really ready to get this going and move forward. There are 3 things that I want to focus on for mothers, and that is connection with other mothers, well-being of moms, and growth. That's one thing a lot of moms don't think about unless, your business or you work somewhere and they're worrying about your growth and send you to a conference or whatever. But a lot of times we let that go. We don't think about how are we growing as a person. So those are the things that I want to focus on. And I've done surveys, and I've lots of moms, and a lot of people are saying the same things and have a lot of the same needs. So I'm pretty excited about that. So you can find that on Emerge Moms on Instagram, Facebook, and we are developing a new website right now. I'm also redoing the Pine Belt Women's Expo website and my Emerge Events website. I am doing all kinds of things. It's a good time. Very good time to make some changes. So I have a fantastic graphic designer right now working on all of these things for me. And so hopefully all of this will be unveiled. So right now, don't go to any of my websites yet, but pay attention to all of our social media channels, and that way you'll be up to date. So the last thing I'll tell you about me is you can find Emerge Events on all the social media channels, LinkedIn as well. Emerge Moms, the same. You can find us everywhere, Instagram, all the places. And then you can also find Pine Belt Women's Expo and ADHD Conference. Those are the things I'm working on right now. So I'm very excited to be producing this virtual Women's Expo. It's just in the meantime, because we will meet in person. I just don't know when. So the next person you're going to hear from on Thursday at noon, we're going to speak with Doug Morris with Fox, and they're one of our sponsors, one of our repeat sponsors. They've been with us over the years, and they've done a lot of neat things in their booth over the years. But he's going to come join us on Thursday during lunch. So come join us and learn about a lot of the new shows that Fox has coming up, and as well as some of the community events they do in the local community here. And if you are interested in donating blood, they have a blood drive that on Thursday, this coming Thursday, August 20th. It's from 11 to 6, and it's at the Forest County Multipurpose Center Extension Building. So please go donate blood. It is very needed right now. A lot of the blood drives have been canceled, and we're going to host some as well. But this one is especially important for the Forest County Sheriff's Department, for Deputy Lieutenant Carson, as he battles cancer. And so this will replenish the blood drives in his name. So that's really neat. So that's it. I hope you follow me everywhere. I just want to be of service and hopefully get all of this information out to you. Since we cannot have a Women's Expo in person, we're going to bring it to you, and then we will meet in person. And by the time we get to a in-person expo, you're going to know everybody. We're going to be all old friends. So thank you for watching, whether you're watching now or you're watching later. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate the support of our exhibitors and our sponsors, and I cannot wait to introduce you to all of them. And I hope you have a fabulous night. Thanks. Bye.